and my dear colleagues. I extend a warm welcome to all of you to the inaugural session of this week-long F.D.P. entitled Faculty Preparedness Towards 4.0. That is being held from August 16 to August 22. This is an SMS IQAC initiative. Today, we are blessed to have the august presence of Professor V.S. Chauhan, former Vice Chancellor, UPTU, who has been kind enough to grace the occasion. A very warm welcome to you, sir. While celebrating the 76th Independence Day and Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, it was reiterated that India at 75 is an India characterized by economic strength, technological vitality and moral leadership. By the centenary year of independence, that is 2047, that is India at 100, should strive to become an inclusive, socially conscious nation which is driven by innovation and technology. Thus, the future of mankind is expected to prosper through digital transformation. By integrating digital transformation with people's ingenuity, we might aim to introduce new solutions to social changes. In the face of major changes in the world, new technologies such as IoT, robotics, AI and big data, all of which can affect the course of a society, are continuing to progress. Education 4.0 is a purposeful approach to learning that lines up with the fourth industrial revolution and about transforming the future of education using advanced technology and automation. Creativity is the foundation of Education 4.0. It emphasizes the need to prepare students to take on challenges head-on and prepare qualified professionals to be equipped at a global and digital work environment. The teachers are undeniably at the center of fundamental reforms in the education system. To keep up with the change, one must revisit the traditional education paradigms with a futuristic approach. And that is the reason we have come up with a very well thought out contemporaneous theme for the F.D.P. Faculty Preparedness Towards Education 4.2. On this note, let us begin the inaugural session formally in our traditional manner. For this, may I request the Honorable Chief Guest, Professor V.S. Chauhan, Program Chairperson, Professor P.N. Jha, F.D.P. Convener, Dr. Amitabh Pandey, and HOD Management and Mass Communication, Professor Sandeep Singh, to step forward for lighting the lamp. My senior colleague, Professor Kamalsheel Mishra, to give a floral accord to the Chief Guest of the program, former Vice Chancellor, erstwhile Uttar Pradesh Technical University, Lucknow, Professor Durg Singh Chauhan. I now request Professor P.N. Jha, Director of the Institute, who happens to be the F.D.P. Director as well, for the welcome address.
Ya kundein tushar har khamala, ya survastravita, ya vina vardand manditara, ya shwet padmasana, ya brahma chitushankara pravitavir, devai sada vandita, saman upatu Saraswati Bhagavati, nishes jadya paha. Honorable Chief Guest of the program, Professor V.S. Chauhan, my colleague and Head of the Department of Management and Mass Communication, Professor Sandeep Singh, the convener of the program, and my colleague, Dr. Amitabh Pandey, and coordinator, Dr. Pallavi Pathak, my colleague and participating faculty members, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a matter of collegiate exuberance and immense satisfaction that School of Management Sciences, Varanasi, has once again been organizing a week-long faculty development program on a highly contemporary and indispensable topic, Faculty Preparedness Towards Education 4.0. As auspicious occasion, I take this opportunity to extend a heartfelt welcome to all of you. I would also like to extend my welcome to all those resource persons who are expected to join us in subsequent sessions of this F.D.P. over the 7 days. Friends, this time, this F.D.P. attains some more significance. First of all, that it is being organized by the SMS as an autonomous institution. And this is the first F.D.P. organized by SMS as Autonomous College. Second and more important is that the F.D.P. is being organized by a highly acclaimed and well-known academician and institutional administrator, Professor D.S. Chauhan, a gentleman par excellence. Professor Durg Singh Chauhan has been a renowned professor of engineering from IIT BHU. He has decorated the highest academic chair of Vice Chancellor in multiple universities at multiple times, including the UP Technical University, Uttarakhand Technical University, and GLA University Mathura. Apart from it, Professor Chauhan has been associated with almost all the important accreditation agencies like AICT or NBA or NAC, etc., etc. Sir, the entire SMS fraternity feels honored to have you today amongst us, and we all join me once again in extending a tempestuous welcome to you. Friends, as you all know, that this time the topic of the F.D.P. is Faculty Preparedness Towards Education 4.0. So far as the basics of this Education 4.0 is concerned, its concept is expected to encompass in its ambit three interrelated issues. Number one is the audience, the students whom you have been teaching and you are expected to have interaction in future. What is the special trait they have been carrying? Which generation they belong to? What is the salient features of that generation? So first of all, I would like to tell you something basic about the traits of this generation. You know that in independent India, we have so far come across 4 generations. The first was baby boomers. It was started prior to our independence in the year 1946 and continued till 64. The name baby boomers is because during the period there was a boom in the childbirth, and influenced by this very boom, rather afraid by this boom, the then government of India, led by the late Prime Minister Mrs. Indira Gandhi, had to resort to the family planning program. And the slogan, Hum Do Hamare Do, was launched. After this generation, from 65 to 80, we have generation X. It is also known as Xers. From 81 to 96, we have the generation Y, which is also called millennials. And then from 97 onwards, we have, in this century especially, the latest generation known as Generation Z. It is also called change generation. And the population of this generation, they are a bit different from the population of other generations. Unlike the people of other generations, the students, the persons of this generation, they want to feel as if they are making some positive difference in the world through their actions. They do not see the same artificial dichotomy between their work life and personal life. They also do not simply want to be a good citizen on one hand and then go to the work on the other hand. They carry some special agenda in their mind, and this agenda is to create some impact, some social impact, not just as a form of any ethical compulsion, but as a form of exposition their passion. So this passion they used to carry, and this passion must be bent out. So this is the requirement, this is the intrinsic need of this generation. The students who belong to this generation and to whom you are going to teach. The second issue is that this education 4.0 is the reflection of fourth industrial revolution, basically. You might be knowing that in the past 3 centuries, we have got 3 industrial revolutions. First of all, the first industrial revolution, it started in the year 1784. It was the late mid of the 18th century. And the outcome, the major element as the outcome of this first industrial revolution was steam engine, mechanical power, the machine. Machine is the major element behind it. Then in the 19th century, 1870, we had the second industrial revolution, which gave us electricity and recognition to the human side of the organization, the labor, the man. This is the element, the machine and man. And then in 20th century, 1969, we have the third industrial revolution, gifting us computers, internet, and technology. to this technology is the major element outcome of the third revolution. Now with this, the 20th century ended. Now we have entered in the 21st century. You can just imagine that the outcome of the previous three generations, that is man, machine and technology, and the barriers lying between them, they have been dissolving to a great extent. Now once any wall gets collapsed, what happens? They get mixed up. And you see that the technology which got birth during the third revolution, it has started penetrating us in various ways, in multiple domains. Almost all the spheres of human life and humanity, whether it is biological or social or environmental or economic, they are being traversed and infused today by the technology. Along with, as sir has told you, the creativity. This technology and creativity, in a way, they have become a sine qua non in everyday life. That's why it is quite imperative that with the education model up to 20th century, which catered to the needs of previous three industrial revolution, the fourth industrial revolution requires something new. And this new would be education model 4.0. Today, as you all know, that this fourth industrial revolution is being carried on through 10 technologies. They are autonomous robots, augmented reality, additive manufacturing, artificial intelligence, big data and analytics, cyber security, then horizontal and vertical integration, simulation, the cloud, and the Internet of Things. Now, this and the upcoming technologies would be infusing in our society day by day. That's why whatever crude definition would be decided now, it would not be the complete and Chesser decision and definition of the education model 4.0. Because it is not only related with what is taught, but it also assumes a very nuanced approach as to the way it is taught, so that in the long run we could develop and encourage individualized education for the youngsters, so that they are in a position to take on, as Dr. Khalil Pathak has in the introduction said, the head-on challenges. You see, when you want to make leaders for the 21st century, how do you expect that the 20th century methodologies would work? You have to have something new by addition. So we want to keep intact all the important outcomes of the first three industrial revolutions, that is man, machine and technology, intact, along with the various parts of the human life, that is values, ethics, insights, all those things which make us human. Because that would be giving us the exact platform and idea of devising and deciding the definition of education 4.0 in the future. That's why we can say that this education 4.0 is aligned with the future needs, so that the unknown future of the fourth industrial revolution could be answered. So basically, what, as a common man, as a layman, because I don't belong to the area of science or engineering or computer science. So just as a layman, this is the basic towards understanding this education model 4.0. Last year, you have been given the idea on the national education policy. You please recall, and you have all been reading it. You have been practicing it also. This has, you see, this has come to us very recently, and we are thankful to the government that after a hiatus of almost 34 years, we have got a very comprehensive policy which has got the potential to overhaul the India's education system and also to make it more inclusive, holistic, multidisciplinary, and at par with the global standards. Now, unless our education system is of global standards, our students cannot stand. There comes the utility and application of the education 4.0. So friends, along with NEP and education 4.0, I'm sure that you are going to have a myriad of the challenges, new challenges, and a list of new responsibility areas upon you, and I'm sure that you will be quite successful in addressing all those things. Once again, on behalf of the entire SMS family and my own behalf, I extend a heartfelt welcome to Honorable Chief Guest, and I'm sure that on the end of this 7-day FDP, you would certainly be coming out with flying colors through your interaction with the tested intellectual might of the resource persons. And sir, I wish the program a grand success. Thank you very much.
Perfect and apt start to this FDP. Proceeding further, Dr. Amitabh Pandey, Program Convener, is now going to provide a sneak peek into the details of various days of this FDP. Sir, kindly come to the podium.
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकारेषु सर्वदा. Good morning everyone. The Honorable Chief Guest of the 7-day F.D.P, Professor Durg Singh Chauhan, former Vice Chancellor, Uttar Pradesh Technical University, also former Vice Chancellor of Uttarakhand Technical University, GLA University, and lovely professional university. Director of the institution, Professor P.N. Jha, Executive Secretary of the School of Management Sciences, Varanasi, Dr. F.D.P. Singh, Head Department of Management and Mass Communication, Professor Sandeep Singh, and all the colleagues participating in this FDP program. I extend my heartfelt welcome to all of you in this inaugural session of the Faculty Development Program. We all know change is inevitable. Industry 4.0 is here and we have to face it. Sir has already told about the different industrial revolutions which has taken place, and every time an industrial revolution takes place, the education fraternity has to respond to it. So the education fraternity has been responding to industry 1.0 with education model 1.0, and similarly likewise now when industry 4.0 is here, the education industry, education fraternity is ready with education 4.0. We know that at different times, sir has already told about it, that how the first industrial revolution was driven by invention of machines. Second industrial revolution was driven by electricity. The third was driven by the computer technology. And now the fourth is being driven by the smart technologies, which are known as machine learning, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, Internet of Things. And these technologies, these industrial revolution, when they come, they also bring with them lot many opportunities and lot many challenges. There is also a myth that whenever a new revolution comes, it wipes out the jobs. And we, as a part of this professional institution, the faculty members, our prime job is to prepare the youngsters, the undergraduate and postgraduate students studying at our campuses, for dealing with these challenges and opportunities, to exploit these opportunities and deal with these challenges posed by the industrial revolutions from time to time. So, if we are to prepare them, first of all, we need to prepare ourselves. This is the basic objective with which this faculty development program has been planned, and much deliberation has taken place. Several rounds of discussions have taken place before we zeroed upon this topic. And then I have been very fortunate to get the free hand from the management to identify the best of the resource persons who could prepare the faculty members to deal with the requirements of the Industrial Revolution 4.0 and Education Model 4.0. I tried my best to locate such resource persons, and I am very happy to announce here, and you are already witnessing that the inaugural session is being blessed by the august presence of Honorable Professor D.S. Chauhan sir. He is such a renowned academician, and I am finding myself tiny talking about his towering personality. So we are highly blessed that we are going to start this faculty development program in his august presence with his blessings. And then there will be 9 sessions, technical sessions, in which in the very first session, Professor Rajiv Srivastava from Computer Science and Engineering Department, Indian Institute of Technology, BHU, will be engaging the participants on artificial intelligence. Then tomorrow, in the second and third session, Dr. Muralidhara Anandamurthy, the Global Academic Ambassador of JMP SAS, he is coming from Bangalore, and he will be engaging the faculty members on data analytics, and he will be also conducting a hands-on workshop on application of analytics in teaching and learning. Thereafter, we are fortunate that Professor Anand Prakash from University of Delhi, he is a former professor of psychology in faculty of Delhi, University of Delhi. He will be here. He will be engaging the participants on the innovative pedagogies, pedagogical techniques. Sir was talking about the Generation Z. We, the faculty members here, mostly belong to Generation X and Millennials. Some of us maybe from baby boomers generation. So we know that there is a generation gap. So if we want to engage those students who are coming from mostly from Generation Z, we need to make changes in the pedagogy. Their attention span is very short. They have other characteristic features which we need to understand, and accordingly we have to make changes in our pedagogy. So Professor Anand Prakash will be sensitizing us about those pedagogical techniques which can be used to engage such students of Generation G in a meaningful way. Thereafter, we are fortunate to have the presence of Professor Sudeep Mishra from Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, and he will be taking 2 sessions, engaging us in 2 sessions about Industry 4.0, Education 4.0, and Internet of Things and machine learning. Then, in the last day, there will be 2 sessions conducted by a very highly acclaimed academician who is very young, but he has got many accolades, because of his exemplary work in the gamification, personalized teaching and learning, in the area of personalized teaching and learning, especially gamification of teaching and learning. Dr. Manu Melvin Joy, who is coming all the way from Cochin University of Science and Technology, Kochi. So this is the entire program schedule of the faculty development program, and I am sure that with these highly acclaimed experts of their area, with their presence, their involvement, we will be ready to take the challenges of the Industry 4.0, Education 4.0, and we will be ready to prepare our students to take on these challenges head on. So with these words, I express my thankfulness to the management and to the chief guest of the program. For yesterday, Professor V.S. Chauhan sir was not feeling well, but still he made it to this program today. We are very thankful to you, sir. And with these words, I wish this program a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We're quite fortunate to have Professor Durg Singh Chauhan, former Vice Chancellor, erstwhile Uttar Pradesh Technical University, Lucknow, as the distinguished chief guest of this inaugural session in the Faculty Development Program. Professor Chauhan is the founder Vice Chancellor of UPTU, where he has served 2 tenures. Professor Chauhan hails from Dholpur, Rajasthan. His academic qualifications include B.Tech from ITBHU, M.Tech from NIT Tiruchirappalli, PhD from IIT Delhi, postdoctoral fellow from NASA, GSFC, MD, USA. Sir has, as Director Sir and Amitabh Sir have already mentioned, Sir has been VC at multiple universities. They had missed to mention one more university, JP University of Information Technology, Solan. So he has shouldered these responsibilities. Sir has supervised 2 DSc, more than 60 PhDs, and he has to his credit 275 research papers published in national and international conferences and journals, along with 4 textbooks. He has been former member of multiple agencies and institutions, AICT, NBA, NAC, UGC, DST, NABL, Secretary General, Vice President and President, AIU, and member of many other significant committees. And it is worth mentioning that apart from these accolades, Sir has been actively involved with RSS and has been Bauddhik Pramukh for Kashi Prant, which includes 23 government districts, Prant Karyawaha of USA and Canada together, and Kshetriya Sanyojak for UP and Uttarakhand together for Swadeshi Jagran Manch. Allow me to request Sir to come, request you to come to podium and address the gathering.
Honorable Director P.N. Jha, this institution I have since when it was running in Pathua market. F.D. Singh, he was my, just like younger brother, he was quite often coming to me. So this whole family, I think I don't remember how long I have my associations. Though I was born in Rajasthan and came very early at the age of 18, 19 in BHU after my BSc from Jiva University, Gwalior. But almost 55 years I am attached with UP. I might have gone anywhere, but I was always feeling that I am from Varanasi. Even my family also used to say it's from Banaras. Now my introduction in my own place is also just like this. So I always feel proud that I am a Banarsi but I never chew Beatles, I just still remember I was a part of new education policy with Kasturi Ranganji as a president of the Association of Indian Universities. While we were all sitting in the NAC building, Bangalore, and one gentleman who was Nobel laureate of the mathematics department of some university of the USA, he was also participating. And he drafted many things, I think. It is very similar to America, what I felt. Because I have been in America for 6 years. And my kids that time were also going into school. And I was visiting almost 22 states of the USA because NASA was funding agency for projects, research projects. And so I was very fit for collecting, research outcomes of the various universities and then presenting in the campus of the NASA. So I was just like carrying everything and just putting. I was doing nothing but only simply collecting, the knowledge of others. But in Gita it has been told, everybody must have Gyan, Vigyan, Traptatma. Any country, any soul, any student or teacher, if it is not overwhelmed with the knowledge and the practical knowledge, realization of the knowledge, extension of the knowledge, application of the knowledge. If you just visit temple, BHU, that tall temple of the Lord Shiva, there is one slok. Vedagyaha apilok agyaha murkhatulya. The person has got very serious heights in knowledge, but you don't know the lok vyavahar. He is devoid of, the complete knowledge of the how to run the life among all the, the fellow beings, and how can lead, how you can support, how you can make them prosperous. Lok agyaha murtulya. And then I read one sloka more, Kastam khal murkhatva. All the agonies in the life comes when you have no knowledge. Ignorance is the cause of all the miseries in the life. And Vivekananda also told, ignorance is the death, knowledge is life. But this man also extended. Why ignorance is the misery? Because yog resh daridya. When you are young, when you can do something, but you are completely captured by the poverty. Nobody is selecting you. They are coming for testing your knowledge, just giving you employment, offer you employment. But the moment they feel he is ignorant, they will drop you. Your waste, when you want money, there is no money because of ignorance. Ignorance, turn into the poverty. And the knowledge always prospered. Vivekananda never did any work. Only, gave lectures, but you can see the Belur Mutt, the total land, the total temple, the cost may be in thousands and thousands of crores. So the great people always, give knowledge and they see the result for the society coming for many, thousands or centuries. They always enlighten person. Like Gautam Buddha, you can just see, he told Atmano Deepo Bhava. You have to enlighten your own soul. Vivekananda told, Atmano Mokshartam Jagateta. You have only two missions in the life. elevate yourself and do good to the society, the common man. Anybody whom you can just support, don't be dependent. Only you can help when you are independent. Now this education policy is taking the challenge of the entire world, because the most advanced country now we count among G7 is either Japan, Germany, France, England and America. Out of 2.5 crores students in the America, 1.5 are all immigrants. They are going from here. Investing a lot of money, deserting your own country, own family. Why? As in earlier days, जौनपुर के लोग बॉम्बे जाते थे या कलकत्ता जाते थे. Why? Because there was lot of richness in Bombay and Calcutta. Today, the same richness is in those countries because they have plenty of resources for turning into economy. But they are also stagnant. जब व्यक्ति बहुत पैसे वाला हो जाता है तब भी मूर्ख हो जाता है. You can see the IQ of the Americans. They are now going down. They don't have that IQ which India and Indians has got. 34 years before I was in America, in NASA, where the IQ of the Indians were almost 2.62 times of the Americans. But the salary was not 2.262 times. It was at par or lower than the Americans. Now you have to take challenge. Because they become, the fund of the intelligence. So they have made artificial intelligence. Then they have made, what you call the ASI. They made AGI. They made ANI. Artificial, intelligence also there. Well, you don't have intelligence, but you can actually have the intelligence through mathematics. If you can manipulate the data that you cannot do, the whole business has got analytics. You have got B2B. You have got multiple, data is so immense. Even in America, if you go, a big, the mall can be empty next day because they will forecast after 24 hours, nobody will come here and purchase anything. Market forecasting, 24 hours, they can just change. And the city where they are available, they will go there and set up the same market. MIT is taking leading role in forecasting, a weekly, monthly, or this or that. Now we are lacking. I'm just residing in Varanasi, in Tara. Out of 24 hours, at least 6 hours a day, 12 times or maybe more, half an hour the electricity is going. The government is losing money, we are losing the comforts. Why? Because forecasting is very poor. We don't have how to match demand and supply. And demand and supply is always a principle that will remain extensively throughout the world. Now this entire artificial intelligence, this DS curves always decides what should be the tax, what should be the budget, what should be your entire resources can fulfill your expectations. Now this generation has to learn computers. Computer is not just like a very, very tough thing, I'm telling you. It's just like your mobile. You have simple, operating system that will activate an entire memory. You give input, take output. So your interest must be only in the input and output. The middle process is only a software. And software you can purchase from anywhere. But you must know how to give input. As many things in our life, we don't know what is the calorific value of the food. Mother knows all that. If we will take milk, हम लोग बचपन में कहते थे ना माँ हमारी तो चोटी बढ़ जाएगी, दूध पियो. The ultimate was not the चोटी तो बढ़ेगी, बात तुम भी खूब ही बढ़ना है. Similarly, the input and output. You must know the complete knowledge of the output and the stability of the output. Input you can give, but output may not remain, for your use. You can just push the accelerator, the speed you may not control, and you may meet accident. So I think the entire intelligence of the world, either in quantum computing, mostly chemical, reactions are computed in quantum computing, or you have various, statistical devices for forecasting. You have immense, the production in various industries, but they don't know where to transport, where you will get the benefit. So artificially you have the model, all of them. Only simply you have to give input. This is my production, and I want only money, this much. The entire artificial intelligence will give you directions where you have to go. What you call salesman's travel, earlier it was taught to us in operating that system, or that operational research, we were taught. So all the operational research methodology you can load on the artificial intelligence. Either machine scheduling, or the transportation problem, or your production to sale, where it will go, what is the data of that city, always on demand, continuously or discretely. But what you have to learn, the philosophy may be very big, but ultimately you have to learn only your data you must know, and your output you must know. The place where you have to transport you must know. What is the cost of transportation that you have to charge with. So at least your economy must be strong. Now the entire world demanding a lot of intelligent people, because intelligent person only can handle the artificial intelligence. It's not that artificial intelligence will be handled, automatically. There's no automation. Automation is there, but without human, even the automatic vehicles there should be a human being also. GPS may fail. There may be a sensors also failing. You can have a good, family where the mentally retarded people are there. You can have enough, design, but distractions will be there. A robust system you cannot find. Always they are prone to disturbances. They are going to lose stability. They are going to, damage your benefits. So you have to always be careful as a businessman. You are a business manager, that you have to always approve with the benefits. Never you land up in the, what you call, your own stake, even as a job or manager or reputation, whatever you have to always build. I know that when Kalpana Chawla died, there were at least dozens of the scientists. They were not, there was no, punishment on them, but mentally they become deranged. Why they could not design the control system which can control the speed when the person coming in that vehicle was sleepy. He was a mechanical engineer, not knowing electrical system very well how to actuate it. So, automation required there where the human being becomes sluggish, When he has lost, even he is thinking of mother-in-law while, bhojan de rahe hain father-in-law ko. Yaad aa rahi hai mother-in-law. This always happens in psychology. You want to operate something, but you are always fearing of something. You are going, to Delhi from here, but you are bothering for so many things. कहीं इटावा में कोई बदमाश ना मिल जाए, चंबल घाटी का. So this kind of things always happens in the, technology. So these all ANI, artificial neural network, because machine learning is the all part of the artificial intelligence. Machine learning does mean that the machine must be made perfect. It can be loaded by the artificial, softwares. The result will be perfect. Sometimes what happens, if you have done for something, a training of the machine, it may take, hours and hours, because this is a all offline training on a virtual data. It's not a practical data. But later on, you have to make it online. So the online should not be a failure. Offline must reveal everything when you are loading it. So I think that perfection needed. So this machine learning, it's just like, जैसे आपने किसी व्यक्ति से कोई चीज कही और वो सत्य बोलता है. 20 times you have tested in that he speaks. Then 30th or 25th time also you can believe that he managed to be perfect. You will always speak the truth. तो ऐसे ही जो है, the machine also sometimes fails because of due to temperature, maybe a failure of the silicon during stress, because they are all transistors. Nanotechnology means only a teeny technology, not very stable. It can, abruptly. So number of redundancy available there in the circuit. It is just like a 1 and 0, nothing else. All logic of the computer science works on the binary. But we provide very high redundancy so that your machine learning will not fail after 20 days, 30 days, 1 month, 20 days, whatever, maybe 365 days. Because when your problem is of uniform nature, जैसे आपको हमेशा जो है एक ही सब्जेक्ट पढ़ाना है, तो आपको पता है कि इसमें कैसे नंबर आएंगे, आपको कैसे पेपर बनाना, वो बच्चे भी जानते हैं पहले पेपर कैसे आए थे वैसे ही आएंगे, हैं? अब उसमें से if you can just put something very serious, एक हमारे टीचर थे डॉक्टर सुब्बा, तो हमेशा विदेश जाते थे, जो लेटेस्ट किताब होती थी उसको खरीद लाते थे और उसी को पेपर में दे देते थे. अब जो भी नया बैच होता था हमेशा कम नंबर आ देते. कारण क्या था कि nobody was knowing that book, and all the questions were different, handled, tackled differently. So they were all losing marks, and he was very happy. He was a very good teacher, but a bad examiner. Sometimes this happens in life. Your problem when you are dealing on the artificial intelligence with the machine learning, the machine learned very well, giving very good the response. That is called linear response. You give here, it will give this side. Superimpose, it will give superimposition. It's just like linear. It's not a crook. It's not a non-linear. But you must be perfect to know when you are using it for longer duration, there will be a possibility of non-linearity. Then how to make bad data correction? Always see in the past. In the past it was perfect. Future also must be perfect. If it is not giving response 1:1, there must be something that is called forensic, test. You must know that where this is missing. Sometimes father is intelligent, mother may not be. Sometimes mother is intelligent, the boy the average of 2. But when he will get the answer, that mark sheet, who will annoy more? The person who is intelligent in the house. कैसा गधा लड़का है, इसको ऐसे नंबर क्यों आए? This always happens. My father was an IAS officer, and I never shown interest in IAS examination. तो वो हमेशा यही कहते थे हमारे देश में तो गधे के दर्शन करना पुण्य माना जाता है, हमारे घर में ही गधा पैदा हो. So just sometime, you know, if an intelligent person is there in the house, he will always be dissatisfied because he wanted that you should have this. Liking, dislikings are different. In AI also this happens. When you want critical results, it may fail. So therefore, there must be some redundancy when, you know, parallel processing must be there. When there is a failure, so AI in parallel processing must be also exposed with. In case you must have the best knowledge how to test your output. Okay? Just like don't हाँ ठीक है supplementary में अच्छा आ जाएगा, ऐसा कभी मत सोचो. यदि आपने अच्छा किया है तो अच्छा ही आएगा रिजल्ट. अधिक से अधिकम फलम. Parallel processing से देखो आप कि the results of this machine learning is also from the parallel processing is also the same. So you have to learn many arts, but they are not for the mathematical jugglery. You have very small test. This is my input, this is my output, and I have one more channel to see my output. Compare, if there is no error, then it is okay. But you have to learn not only simple things, you know, because you have gigantic data, trillions of data you are always handling with a very high pace. Because it is a machine working on very, you know, high random speed, and at that time your mind must follow. So the Indians, you know, they are very sharp. Why they are sharp? Somebody told, जब इलेक्ट्रॉन प्रोटॉन को लिख रहे थे लोग, इंडियंस उस पर बड़े बड़े अच्छे पेपर लिख रहे थे. They were just imagining क्या हो सकता है. They never experimented. One scientist he told when this boson he predicted is a God particle, he told that there must be one particle dominating the all particles. There are tiny particles of electron. But they were not, you know, respecting his knowledge. They were not admiring him for that kind of predictions. Because there were a lot of predictions in this, you know, space, what you call electronic space also. But nowadays that boson is very prominent, you know. Everybody accepted, yes, he is right. The Indians are always, you know, very imaginative. Our forefathers, you know, वो जब पूरा संसार को देख सकते, विश्व को, पूरा ब्रह्मांड देख सकते थे, तो हमने तो उन्हीं की संतान है. So we can also have this artificial intelligence is nothing but imaginative, you know, creativity. And I think Indians can learn this 4.0. Just 20 years before, some director of the IIT, not director, but the professor of the IIT went to some institution, become director. He started all virtual labs. On computers, you should have the virtual labs. And he was fired. I was UGC member that time. I don't know, no, he is doing right. Let us not fire him. He should be given pace. I resigned from LPU and he was made Vice Chancellor. Then I went to JP University. I thought I may get there, he will get there. Why we should, you know, fight for this virtual kind of work. Now just you see 20 years before, he was fired only why he used virtual labs. Now 4.0, even you see the planning. The campus income is less than the virtual, you know, classes of the planning. They are holding in Bangalore. Through all the, you know, practicing computer scientists and software engineering, they are getting MTech of the planning. Sovik Bhattacharya, who is now there, I was made chairman to see what is the difference between both the degrees. The UGC recognized the planning, why they are giving the same degree there by virtual mode. So can you imagine? The output of that was 2 times more than the total set, you know, income of the planning campus. So they are always attracted. Similarly, Punjab Technical University, this, what you call this online courses or correspondence courses, something they started. They were getting more money, 250 crores, while the campus hardly 45 crores. So this 4.0 is an avenue. Just like a work from home, you can work for many industries. You can have 2 jobs, 3 jobs, as in America mostly have. And then you can earn more money, more standards, you can help more institutions, you can have more even, you can do MBA in one, branch, then you can be something else in some. As in America, a physicist got a Nobel Prize in chemistry. So similarly, you can also, now this virtual 4.0, you have to go with different, techniques, learning. But ultimately, I'm not just only stressing on artificial intelligence because I worked in that area 34 years before. But I can say, when we were working for Mars, you might have heard the name of Yogi, Pathfinder, that were designed by our team. In those days, it was very cumbersome to design AI for image processing. And it is very simple because you have to take only the sensing data. It will form the image because we have given machine learning for image giving, and we were getting image. Just like you can see all these remote sensing, figures for water, your cultivation of the wheat, or whatever. You can just predict about any country that how much wheat they will produce, or the seeds of the mustard they will produce, and then you decide your own policy, what you have to give to them. America is doing a lot of work on that. They are predicting how much China will have the grains, how much India will have the grains. Now, Indian students, why? Because we are brought up by parents, nurtured, supported. We are not having a single pie at the bank loan. But our problem that we are completely, in the clutch of the parents. We cannot take any, flight in academics or anything unless we will complete our education, have a good wife or good husband, and then go anywhere. That is our model, So a lot of time is killed. We are not just working hard for our own knowledge. Now this 4.0 generation, they have this kind of the capacity. They can just give more time. Now they are giving time on this Facebook or this or that, but this will over because I have seen in America when they were giving more time on Facebook or this that is over. Now they are giving more on learning because the challenges are there. The day India will rise, Vivekananda told, no? Rise, awake, and get your mission. Don't stop till you get your mission. India again, now this generation can make mission. And awake, make India strong. Don't stop anywhere till the India will be respected by all. I think this 4.0 generation, not only for opening horizons for business, but your own place in the world, that without you, world will not exist peacefully, comfortably, with cultural values, with moral values, and good humans, the best humans with vision. With these words, I should conclude, I think, and thank you very much. Jasa, you have called me, Sandeep ji, MP Singh ji, Pandey ji, everyone, because I don't know whether I have done justice in opening, but it was my own sentiments what I have to narrate today. Thank you.
Words of wisdom. We are truly blessed to have you here. Although we cannot thank you enough, still would like to express our gratitude by presenting a humble token of remembrance. I request our director, Professor P.N. Jha sir, to felicitate today's chief guest, Honorable Professor V.S. Chauhan sir, with a memento and shawl. Finally, I call upon Professor Durg Singh.
Honorable Chief Guest of today's program, Professor D.S. Chauhan ji, Honorable Director of SMS, Professor P.N. Jha sir, Honorable Executive Secretary of SMS Society, Dr. M.P. Singh sir, Convener of the program, Dr. Amitabh Pandey ji, and my colleagues. As you all are aware that every year we organize faculty development program at the beginning of the session. The purpose of this session is, this F.D.P. is that there are certain common minimum requirements or skills that every faculty at SMS should possess. So for that, a topic is chosen and F.D.P. is conducted. For example, last year we discussed on this new education policy. This F.D.P. is very important because when we see industry, when we talk of industry 4.0, so it becomes a necessity that education should also align towards education 4.0. The reason being that the way information technology, the algorithms which are coming, machine learning, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, Internet of Things, so many things is happening in this digital or virtual or cyberspace. So now it has become necessity that faculty members should be aware. They should have first-hand knowledge of actually what it is. And if you look at the new generation which is coming up, it is very smart. They all have born into this internet age. They are all basically the computer savvy. They are on mobile phones, they are on laptops. They know that today information is there in the virtual world and you can gather that knowledge from anywhere. So the point is, knowledge is everywhere. And you just go on the Google search, you type the keyword and you will get so many search pages and you will get the knowledge. The point is, what our Honorable Chief Guest has said, very true. What goes in, that comes out. If garbage goes in, garbage goes out. So the human wisdom can never replace. These computers can never replace the human wisdom. I would tell you simple one example. We all are teachers, we all teach. And if somebody is teaching human resource management, definition of human resource management, whatever comes on the first page, whether it's right, wrong, whatever, student would always mug it up. And he is not going to give due consideration what teacher has said. So point is, what we are basically, we want to access the knowledge. What inputs we are giving, we are talking of data analytics, artificial intelligence. Sir he is such a knowledgeable person, he rightly said, knowledge is also becoming artificial, but it all has come from commercial purposes. It all has come from commercial purposes. E-commerce companies, you go to Amazon, you search anything, all your profiling has been done by Amazon. All your profiling has been done by YouTube. So all these channels, whatever you are seeking, they want information. And this world is going to, only that country would lead or that organization would lead this world which has information, which has data. If you don't have data, this means you don't have information. And now that data has to be put into some concrete meaning that would give you information. And that information has to be converted into wisdom, where things are lacking. So, the topic which has been chosen, it's very relevant for all the faculty members. And today we are blessed with the presence of Honorable Chief Guest, Professor D.S. Chauhan ji. I tell you, he was the first founding director of Uttar Pradesh Technical University, and the foundation what he laid for the university, the legacy what he left, that is the reason why AKTU is doing so well. Because I was a teacher when first batch of MCA students got affiliated to UPTU. Earlier it was from Veer Bahadur Singh Purvanchal University, and you could see the difference in the syllabus. What was there in Veer Bahadur Singh Purvanchal University and what was there in UPTU. UPTU established a very high standards of course curriculum, and that is still continuing. So I think we should all applaud the efforts of Professor D.S. Chauhan ji, who is our chief guest today. And it's our honor to have his presence, such a knowledgeable person, huge intellectual, academics, administrator. He has such a huge 55 years of experience, including that of NASA, which is most revered organization, I think we all know. So, really honored to have you, sir. And as he said, his blessings are always with School of Management Sciences right from its inception, and I hope it would continue. I would like to thank our Honorable Executive Secretary, Sir, Dr. M.P. Singh, sir, and our Director, sir, who always think of promoting or enhancing the skills of the faculty. They take all actions, and in this direction, this F.D.P is being organized, and every year it is organized because it is the thinking of our Executive Secretary and Director, sir, that our faculty members should have, they should be the best in this country, and whatever it could be done, they always do it. Now it is up to us that what we gather from this F.D.P. And also I would like to thank our conveners, Dr. Amitabh Pandey and Pallavi Pathak madam, because this topic, basically faculty preparedness towards education 4.0, it is basically the thinking of Dr. Amitabh Pandey ji. And earlier, when topic was being chalked out, what should be the topic, earlier it was very big, but it has become so crisp and very clear. And program what Dr. Amitabh Pandey has told you, it's excellent resource persons are coming. It is up to all of us that what we gather from it. And I would also like to thank our faculty members for patient hearing. And once again, thank you all. And I hope that our faculty members are going to gain immensely through this faculty development program. Thank you very much.